Hey, this is Ryan Fowler. We're talking with offensive coordinator for the University of Alabama, Brian Daboll. Let's talk about what you guys would like to accomplish when you talk about offensively, some goals going into this game.
Sure. Look, we're facing a tremendous defense. Everybody knows all the stats and where they rank. We're going to have to play a good, smart, tough, selfless game. Everyone's going to have to be involved, play aggressive, do our job, make sure we're assignment sound, and play good fundamentally.
You look and you hear the fans, obviously, and they do these little rhymes with your last name, run the ball, run the ball. You hear that? I mean, is it?
I hear it from my kids.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so your kids do it too?
Yeah, my kids will get on me too a little bit here now. But yeah, look, it's being down here has really been a blessing for our family. The people have been awesome. Everyone loves their Alabama football, and it's just been a really cool thing to be part of. So we're gonna have to go out there and put a good product on the field.
When you look at Clemson's offense, or excuse me, their defense, when you look at that front, is there ways that you can help that offensive line out, be able to handle maybe the most aggressive front in college football?
Yeah. Look, this is it's the best D-line we've played collectively with all four of those guys, and some of the guys they rotate in there. In the front seven, the linebackers are really good, instinctive players too. So you have to play sound fundamentally first and foremost. You can't go outside your box, but we're going to have to do a good job of trying to mix things up and execute what we need to execute.
Going up against Alabama's defense in practice, how has that helped you as a coordinator? Because you get a chance maybe to experiment a little bit and say, okay, this will work, this won't work, this is what we got to do better.
Sure. Look, our defense is obviously multiple with very good players on it. So when we have our periods of good on good, it's a great opportunity for our guys to, you're playing against, really, really good players, and it's not necessarily you're not scheming anything up. You're just trying to work on the fundamentals and the execution part of it, and that's always a good thing.
Let me ask you about Jalen and talk about where he has come since the first time you saw him and where he is today.
Sure. He's a very even-keeled young man. He works extremely hard, studies the game, studies the defenses, studies our stuff. So I think that, just like any young player, which he's still a young player, there's always a growing process. Every day there's a growing process for older players too. He just tries to improve every day and put his best foot forward.
Where would you like to see him take that next step?
Well, look, our job is to just go out there and execute your job collectively, whether it be the running back, the quarterback, the tight end. So, whatever play is called or whatever check he needs to make, we expect him to do that.
Let me ask you, when you look at Tua Tagovailoa, obviously he's got a lot of talent, but it's kind of, you got to manage some of that competition. Obviously, he's a guy that's so talented. How do you manage that competition within that quarterback room? Or maybe it's not even competition. Maybe it's just development of, learning from Jalen and obviously being ready when his time is called.
Yeah, I think that, the great thing about our guys is everybody just takes care of their own business, worries about what they need to do to improve, works extremely hard, and goes out there in the practice field and does whatever they need to do.
So you enjoying living in Tuscaloosa?
No question about it, yeah. The weather's outstanding, the people have been great. My wife is really in love with the place. She's a big-time fan, which is always important for your family. But it's been a blessing.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun to live in Tuscaloosa. It's my home, certainly, when you talk about the environment and just the dedication. I mean, to be able to work with a fan base that loves it as much as you do.
It's an unbelievable experience. You go out there in the Walk of Champions, and I've been involved in some pretty big games throughout my career, and been at some different places, and there's nothing like that. When I walked off that bus and saw that, the amount of support is just, it's unbelievable.
Hey, thank you.